All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Saturday, the 25th of November, and trying to get caught up here. We've got just a few tastings left, just 2 chances left to drink with me this year, folks. Well, 2 chances to drink with me out at Cafe Maxx anyways. Joseph Swan, we've got Rod Berglund, the winemaker and owner there, Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night, we've got our champagne tasting, baby. That's right. It's time to bring out the little bubbles. We had an incredible tasting here at the store with like 55 different sparkling wines. Well, hey, man, we can't do that at Cafe Maxx. I mean, it's a different venue. We only have 8 sparkling wines, mostly champagnes, actually. 1 sparkling wine, Mum from Napa, and great lineup of wines. So some of my favorite producers, Gosset, Pomeray, Nicholas Falat, Charles Heidsieck, Heidsieck Monopole, the other Heidsieck. A lot of names sound familiar in Champagne. Well, it was one champagne house at one time, but the history of these properties go back, some of them several hundred years in Champagne, even though the beverage that we know as champagne today did not exist until just 150 years ago or less. They did make wine there, and it wasn't sparkly at first. It was very sweet, and it was kind of a dull color. They couldn't get red wine for some reason in Champagne, and they tried their hardest just to make like a pink wine. And then over the years, they developed, I guess one of the wines must have re-fermented in the bottle accidentally, and then they had this fizz to it, and people liked it, and then they perfected the art of how they got this fizz in it. And today, well, you have a process known as the method champenoise created in Champagne, and how they get those tiny bubbles in that bottle is it's fermented. It goes through a secondary fermentation in this bottle that you're drinking out of, and that is very expensive to do. They take a little yeast and sugar and add it to the base wine. That's what gives it the bubbles, and the reason why it has such fine bubbles is because they age it in contact with these lees for 18 months. Well, by law, I believe it's got to be at least 15 months in Champagne, but most of the better houses are at least 2 years, some of them 3 years. When you look at a wine like Krug, which we're not showing, one of my favorite champagnes, if money is no object, it takes 20 years to make a bottle of Krug. So very expensive process to make a great bottle of champagne. Or Method Champenoise sparkling wines. You do have some great Method Champenoise sparklers from this country. I'm not talking about Great Western from New York State. I'm talking Tots. I'm talking about the stuff that, a lot of them are owned by French companies. Mum, which we're going to be showing to you, Mum Napa. One of their wines at this tasting, it's made the same exact way they make champagne with the same varietals. Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, just from the Napa Valley Carneros. Most likely because that's where Chardonnay and Pinot Noir do very well. They do have some Pinot Meunier there as well. We have a single varietal Pinot Meunier in the store from Chandon, and hey, we've got a single varietal Pinot Meunier champagne in the store now too. Very rare, but hey, check it out. The 8 sparkling wines, Method Champenoise sparkling wines, the important thing about this tasting that we'll be showing at Cafe Maxx on Wednesday night, the last tasting of the year at Cafe Maxx. Don't worry, we'll be back next year, folks. All right, I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.